Okay, everybody. Hi. So hopefully my Twitch is working. This is new. Dan helped me set this up last night where I am streaming my Photoshop to you guys. So I'm just gonna check and make sure it's working. It's working! Yay! Okay, so welcome to my Photoshop, and this is the flats layer for an Ancient Dreams cover. I'm just plugging in my phone so it doesn't die on me. So yes, this is new for me. I streamed a little bit of digital color like 6 months ago, but digital color is not something I'm particularly comfortable showing to everybody yet because, oh, hello, Mike. How are you? Oh, good. I'm so glad it looks good and there's no issues. So, right in front of me right here, it's just down enough so you guys can't see it on the screen. I'm going to grab the sides of it so you can see. This is the back of my Cintiq. I am working on my Cintiq right now. It's a Wacom 22 HD one. They do have a touch one that's kind of like an iPad. I didn't want to use that. I wanted one that was just normal screen, but I can color on the screen. So this is the Cintiq pen, and it works with the screen. So when you see my cursor moving, it's me using a pen. Oh, I'm glad you're doing good, Mike. That's awesome. Hello, River Dragon. Okay, so this is all very new to me, as I've explained to you guys before, and I'm gonna not go into it forever and be annoying that I'm not super used to digital coloring, but yeah, it has been said. It is known. Dawn is not a digital colorist yet, in my opinion. It takes me a lot longer than it should. Hello, Quantum Priest, that's a cool name. I'm doing great, thank you. Okay, and then to my left-hand side, I have just a little wireless keyboard, and this keyboard is what I use for hotkeys. There are hotkeys that you can program into the Cintiq. I personally have been using hotkeys in Photoshop for so long that I'm just sticking with my old tricks, and so I have this on the side of me. If you see me toggle between different tools and you don't know why it's changing because you're not seeing my cursor pick them, it's because I'm using a hotkey. Hello, Peter Paul. Hello, Scott. Is Dan gonna start a Twitch for his art? I have no idea what Dan's plans are, besides that he's gonna be a moody artist and we will only see him sometimes. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mike. That is so nice of you. I appreciate that. Okay, so the thing that is confusing about this particular cover, or challenging, let's say, is that there are multiple versions. So I'm going to turn on and off a few layers to show you. I started working on the skin of the topless version yesterday. There are no nips drawn in, so Twitch, don't get mad at me. But anyway, I'm going to turn off the color layers and turn on some of the other ones. So this is the top patch version where it has, this girl has a top right here, and then there are, I started putting in some of the tone for one of the other versions. So I'm not happy with all the tone yet, but at least I'm getting some of the lighting figured out. And the one main thing that I want everybody to know, hopefully I didn't lose the layer. No. Oh yes, and then there's cloth. There's a cloth layer as well, where they've got all this swirling cloth around them, and I have the buildings on separate layers because I drew them 6 years ago, I think, and I inked them digitally, so I was able to just use those again without having to redraw all of that detail, which is fantastic. And the ancient city, this one on this side, was actually drawn by Mike Chrome, and I inked it, and we used it on this cover. because for the first few issues of Ancient Dreams, Chrome was the penciler and I was the inker. And that's how I started. Hello, Louie. How are you? I hope everything is going well. Okay, so this is the skin tone that I have that I was working on before, but I am not going to do the risque patch here. I'm going to start in on the main version, which is this one. Okay, and then yes, there is going to be like a lightning bolt style thing going down the center of the image, emanating from where their hands are touching, to show the split in time between the ancient times, which have this background, the whatever that is, a Greek background, and then the modern time that has a modern city. So I just drew in some very basic white lightning bolts right there. That is not necessarily how they're going to stay. I just have them there for now so that I can start setting up the light. So I know that the light source, or at least the brightest light source, is going to be behind each of their heads respectively. So that'll help me not forget that this is going to be bright, hot white behind them. And that will help me remember and keep that light source correct. Are buildings still hard for me to draw? Yes, I do find buildings and things with perspective challenging. And honestly, it's not that the buildings themselves are hard to draw, it's that sometimes I have a hard time choosing or figuring out where to put the grid. Because once you have a grid in, then literally drawing all of the radiating lines is extremely simple to put in all the windows and all of that stuff. It's just when there are multiple vanishing points that I start getting a little confused. So that's why I have a hard time with buildings. All right, so I always start with a very soft brush. So even though the flats and the main version are identical right now, I do have the flats, and then I've just duplicated the layer, and that's the one that I'm going to start actually coloring on. So let's just get to business. First thing I need to do is select everything. So I'm using a magic wand tool to select their skin. And since they are the same person, I do need to keep their skin tones and all of those things the same. One can't be darker and the other one lighter than each other. The reason why I have their hair as two separate colors right now is literally just for selecting purposes. So I'm just getting all the skin in. Now this back leg, this whole portion of it is actually going to be covered by the cloth. And the flatter did it like this, and honestly I really don't know why, but it's fine. So skin tone everywhere needs to be selected. So when I get the flats back, sometimes the colors are kind of odd, depending on who flats my work. And so I just have to adjust the colors a little bit, which I will do here as well. And I already did some of the color adjustments. Okay. There's so many little bits of hair and curls and all this stuff. It just takes forever to just select the skin. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Louie. That is so awesome of you. Lots of love to you. I'm glad you got the last Callie's axe. I honestly didn't know she was so close to being out of print. That's interesting. I need to fix that. All right. So I think all of the skin that I am planning to color right now is selected, so I'm just going to hide that selection. Make sure I am on my main colors layer and start putting in some of the shade. Now I want there to be nice warmth in their in their color and in their skin tone. So that's why I'm going with a really nice, warm, almost orangey brown. Okay. So I have their skin selected, and I'm just going to be using a very soft brush. I'll show you guys. I like using this soft, round, pressure, opacity, and flow brush. And I take the flow down quite a bit because I really like soft skin. That doesn't mean that that's the right or the wrong way to do it. It's just a personal preference. I think females look better when everything is all soft and it looks good. And then at the very end, in order to show the brightness of the light in the center, I'll put in some harder cuts of shadow. But to start with, everything is going to be very soft and smooshy. So I'm just warming up the areas, or not warming up really, but darkening the areas that are not facing the light source. And then I'll probably do a rim light on the exterior of their bodies. Actually, you know what? I almost prefer this color as their main skin tone. I'm going to fill with foreground color. There. Oh, and then I can see things that aren't selected as well. And things that were, that shouldn't have been. Okay, I'm going to deselect that. I'm doing a quick mask so I can see which portions of skin. Anything that's red right now is not selected. And so I can see that I missed a spot right there and right there. Do another quick mask. Just make sure I got everything I wanted. Yes, now I did. Peter Paul, yes, probably. It's definitely going to be a cover, that's for sure. All right, now let's try this again. I'm just trying to decide what's the right base tone for their skin. Okay. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to start putting in the shadow. I just realized that their skin tone was too light. Do I prefer Copics or digital? I way prefer Copics right now because I feel like I have a lot more control over Copics and I'm a little more confident in using them. Digital colors, I still get lost in the layers, and when there's multiple versions, it really confuses me. So I've been kind of stalling on this one a little bit because I could. I got told that it didn't need to be done immediately like I thought it did, and so as such I kind of have been letting myself off the hook a little too much as far as getting this one done, because honestly I'm a little chicken when it comes to digital colors. So right now I'm just painting with a very broad, soft brush to get the basics of tone down. And I need to select this portion as well. Hi Rogerio, how's it going? I hope everything is going good for you. No, thank you, Dragon Coda. I appreciate that. I'm really hoping that this goes in the right direction. Oh, okay, so I do have one other thing that I've put in here, and that is I got a stock image of some stormy clouds. I'm going to be painting over them and working with them to add, you know, lightning and all of that kind of stuff. But for now, I do have some stormy clouds. It's literally just a black and white photo that I bought with from stock images, and then it's a nice base tone for me to work from. So I do have some clouds that I've got in there right now. And the whole base area I think is going to be like blowing sand. Oh, hello, Travis. Thank you very much. All right, and I have my orange tea today, which I'm super happy about. So tea break. All right, carrying on with the colors. I'm going to go a little bit darker still now to really start putting in some of the darkness in there. So the tough thing with like doing the side of a face is it's just too easy to make their cheeks look really, like if you color this part where the eye goes into the cheek, if you make it look too round, it looks like, it kind of looks like her face is swollen and her cheek got all puffed up. So I really don't want that look. But then at the same time, I don't want her eyes to look sunken, sad, and sick. She's supposed to look kind of, pious isn't the right word, but she's a priestess. So she's, you know, she's giving herself as a sacrificial gift to God, and as such, she has that. Oh my God, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Hey, Adam. Any stickmen? No stickmen from Dan today, I don't believe. But I did post his art in Boop Squad if you want to see it again. All right, and then, you know what, guys? I am going to do a little bit of cheating, because I did color some bright highlights, and I do have some skin, so I'm going to be picking some of the colors that I chose on my Catwoman to use here. So hold please, I'm going to be getting my Batman 50 cover that I colored, so I'm okay with this. My mouse just hates everything. Okay, so this is Catwoman. This one I did already, but I really worked hard to get a good purple, so I'm going to use it here for skin. Because it was a good purpley brown, which is excellent for showing shadow and something that is far away from the warmth of the light. Sherlock killed the mouse. Sherlock is skulking about somewhere. I don't know where he is right now. He's somewhere in my room, though. A handsome guy. I also draw men. It really depends on what I was assigned to do, but right here I can show you I drew a Bruce Wayne and Catwoman for a Batman 50 cover. So yes, I draw men. I love to draw men. I just don't get given that many assignments that are male-based. Oh, thank you so much, Adam. Okay, so this is a highlighted portion because on both sides, this is where the light is. So it's gonna be really, really bright and probably almost blown out in these areas. So again, just getting in more shadows. Two-piece connector print. No, this one isn't a two-piece one. It's a standalone cover, but then it has multiple versions. So like I have a version where this version right here, this particular character, she's the modern day version of herself, and her name is Kara. And then the ancient version of herself, her name is Arias. And so I'll use that to explain, even though technically it is the same girl and she's reincarnated. Hey Levi, it's been a while. How are you doing? No, thank you so much. All right, so right where the light is hitting her back, which in my mind, it's hitting her back very strongly. I'm gonna put a little bit of darkness just to show that strong contrast between the bright white and how dark it's getting, because her back, of course, is going further away from us. It would, if there wasn't that lightning bolt light source, it would actually be going into shadow as well. So the shadow is literally just cut short of going all the way to the edge because of the bright light from the lightning. Now I'm just using a bigger, softer brush. I mean, it's the same brush, I've just made the sizing bigger to soften it out towards this part that is facing us. Okay, and Control S. I will be stopping to save periodically so that I don't lose work, just in case my Photoshop does crash, which has happened. And I've lost so much work that way. Not recently. Computers are getting better and better, but I've had time where I've really lost a lot of work, like a whole day, because I forgot to save. So right now I'm kind of working with midtones and shadows. Once I'm done with those, I'll go in and start putting pops of highlight. And right here, she would be quite in shadow as well because she's got a leather jacket that's kind of covering her butt and hip area. So this girl on this side isn't going to have as bright a light on the small of her back as the one who doesn't have a jacket around her waist. Oh, thank you, Louie. Hello, Juan Solo. Sorry I missed your comment. How are you doing? So this whole side of her face is going to be a little bit more in shadow because it's not facing the light at all, except that down here she is going to have like some sort of power emanating from her hand. So there will be a small amount of light hitting kind of the bottom of her chin and the side of her face, but kind of more like a rim light, I would think. So that means it's kind of sharper and just on the edge. Oh, I am doing great. It's great to finally have figured out how to do digital colors on Twitch. And Dan worked on that last night because really I really can't afford to stop right now and work on any commissions. So, and I need to finish this digital colors before I can move on to the next cover I need to do. So Dan was able to figure it out and set up Twitch to stream my Wacom tablet. So that is very cool. And the fact that this thing moves and is on wheels, we were able to move it over to this side of my desk. So it's really fantastic, and I'm super happy about it because, you know, it's gonna help me get through work properly now that I don't need to stop and work on a commission or only be doing traditional work in order to stream. So it's a real win, I gotta say. Now I can write notes live. That is true. I can do that. Let's do that right now. Okay, and I just need to switch to a different pen. And my opacity is all off. What the hell? There we go. Hello, Lino Gomez. So when does the waffle man hit the stand? A handsome guy. I pronounce my name Don McTeigue, so just pretend like all these other letters aren't there. Though I'm very okay. Most people say McTeigue, and that's fine. It's not a problem because I definitely know that that's kind of how you would read it properly. My name is Gaelic though, so it's McTeigue for me. But I'm very okay again with McTeigue. All right, so there we go. The print of the month is Ivy, and I get to do little scribbles for you guys. This is awesome. All right, so we have Ivy now, and I will do a quick little boop. Oh my god, I said boob. I meant to write boop. Classic. Boop. Okay. Now back to this. I know, I'm such a fail. I write boob. I can't even write properly. All right, you don't have to do a full face before you stop. That's right. It is very handy when it comes to digital that I can kind of work, stop, look up. It's not the end of the world. Okay, I need to change back to the brush that I was using. That is a real distraction here, Dan. Okay. Now I have some random freaking green color. Yeah, I really failed on that one. Good Lord. It's all of Dan's bad influence. I blame Dan. Yes. Dan is amazing. And Dan could have done this ages ago. I just didn't wanna. I gotta be honest. I was like, no, I'm not streaming digital colors yet. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I won't. So Dan's kind of just had to wait on me. Oh, hey! That's right. Hi, Tony. Yes, I didn't need you to flat the hair and the beads because I already had them done. So I actually took your flats and put them together for one of the other versions and just spliced the hair in. I think in the end it was a dumb idea of me though. I should have just sent you the flats I had because trying to splice the hair in, I messed it up. But anyway, live and learn. So guys, Tony has say it's THSIEH0111. He is one of my new flatters, and I love you, Tony. You're amazing. You did such a good job. Next time, that's right. I'm still learning. I'm like way clueless when it comes to all this. I know how I want it to look, but as far as how to get there, I have no clue. So I just kind of wing it every time. So the thing I want is for their skin to be really, really pretty. And then on the Greek version, so the one I'm working on right now, I want her skin to have that pretty gold look. I almost think of, do you know the Dior perfume? I think it's Dior. It's that perfume where Charlize Theron, it looks like she's painted in gold. It's an ad. And yeah, I want her to look all shimmery and gold-like. But first I need to get the basic tones of her skin in before I can start going crazy and putting sparkly bits in her skin and stuff like that. Oh Oh no, you did the waffle. I take no responsibility for any of that. Alright, so I'm working on her nose now, and it is quite a small section. Like, there's not a ton to her tiny little nose, but still, I do want it to catch the light. Yeah. Nope, don't like her chin accentuated. No, 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 no. Yes, Travis, this is for Ancient Dreams. Okay, talk to you later, Tony. Have a good one. Yes, I know I can make it zoom, Lino, but you know, it's actually better that I don't too much, because what happens, and see now I zoom out and her face just looks like mud. So I can't make it, I can't get too into all the little details, or it starts to look really, really strange. So that's why I'm trying to be a little bit cautious when it comes to that and not go too nuts with my zooming. Zoom, zoom. Do I know how many total prints I've done to date? You know what? I have never ventured a count, so I have no idea. All right, I need to go to purple right now. I need to start adding in some darker tones, and before I forget, I need to set this up for proof colors. So even though I'm working in RGB right now, I've had it set up that I'm seeing it in CMYK, which is the colors, like the inks that printers print with. RGB is a screen profile, and like, so all the colors originate from red, green, or blue. And you have a lot more options with the RGB. So like what your screen can do is much broader in color than what a printer with actual physical ink can print. And what can happen sometimes is if you're coloring it on screen, it happens a lot, you see it printed and it doesn't look half as good because half of the colors that you used can't even be mixed and made. So it's really important that I always remember to be working in CMYK. Oh, wow. Okay, Adam, have a good one. Get some rest. Sorry that you have to get to work so late tonight. Oh, shoot. I forgot I switched to purple. To purple. You're already lost? What are you lost with, Juan Solo? Hey, Jeff, how are you? Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well. all the techie stuff. I'm sorry. How often do I have an empty house and time to work? During the school year, much more often, like all day from 9 to 4 every day. Right now it's actually 9 to 4 as well. I just need to, it's kind of more like from 9:30 to 3:40 is when I need to go pick up my youngest. But last week it was, from 9 to 12. And so all throughout the summer, it's going to be a little bit more touch and go as far as my Twitch schedule. But once everybody's back to school, things will go back to normal a little bit more, and I'll be able to actually set a Twitch schedule. So I'm really excited about that. Alright, I'm just going to turn down the opacity of my bright lightning. That's really just the sketch of the lightning. Because I still need to talk to JP Roth and see exactly where she had the lightning in mind and what shape she wants it to be. Because she was explaining to me something that she had in mind, and I'm not quite sure what she means. So I'm gonna need to check with her on that. Okay. I think my cat's trying to get out the door. I hear some scratching. I'll be right back. You need to go, mister? Yes? Let you go. Okay, I'm back. Sherlock wanted to go. Oh, well, Louis, I do have, I'll show you. The skin is pre-selected. So even though I'm swiping and going outside the lines, it knows not to leave this particular area. I'll show you. So everything of the skin is selected and everything that's red is not selected, if that makes sense. So yeah, there we go. That's why, yes, it looks like I'm just coloring all over the place and it's staying where it needs to stay. I wish that Photoshop was that intuitive, but it's not quite. So this side of her face is going to be getting a lot of light because it's right by this light source. Oh yeah, you're thinking of switching to digital? That's cool. Are the owners of the house cats? The cats? Yes, they are. Oh, sorry, Juan. I'm sure Todd is in high demand, so I'm kind of not surprised. But he can bang out commissions like I've never seen. That guy is a wizard. I think in San Diego one year he had done 10 and I was still on my first. He is something else and such a good artist and an amazingly nice person. So now I'm taking some highlight color and just putting little pops of light in different places. And all of a sudden you're gonna see her skin is starting to look more real, because otherwise it's just been looking pretty flat. But now is the time for me to start putting in the light. So like right here, I'm thinking her bust would be catching some light. You do digital? That's so good. So there is going to be a little bit more of a shadow cut on this side because she is, she's got her jacket kind of sloping over her shoulder and hanging on her arm. So that's going to create a pretty strong shadow where it's covering where the light would be, kind of thing. Yeah, Quantum Priest, I pretty much just do it by color picking. I have a cover that I finished for the Batman 50, so I actually have this here, and I've done a little bit of picking off of this one, so I'll kind of mooch off myself sometimes just so that I pick a color that I know has printed well. This cover printed amazingly well. The skin tones, I was happy with how it printed. Actually, I have a copy right here, so I can show you guys, because I was signing and a marker just like exploded onto the book. So Yancy let me keep it. So there's just like dried marker splooge over there. But this printed really, really nicely. I'm super happy with how it printed. And as such, I know that the skin tones that I used on Catwoman print well. And so I am going to be mooching off of this a lot because I actually found a winner on color and skin tone, and that's awesome. So yeah. And I do want to do that same sort of bright, almost shimmery skin on the girls that I'm working on now. So yeah, I kind of just fiddle around. I don't have a set palette. And right now I'm not going to let myself get one because up until this point, I've just been trying different things, and some of them I haven't necessarily felt printed perfectly. So I'm still looking for that perfect print color for a nice, you know, tanned looking girl, I guess. Or guy. Hello, Wood Dragon Philip. That's Philip Hum, right? Yay, I remembered. Oh, hey again, Mike. How are you? I'm so glad you weren't on Twitch while you were driving home. I don't like it when people are driving and not fully paying attention. I'm so worried that like my yapping on Twitch is going to cause an accident. Really freaks me out, I'm not going to lie. You know what, that would be a really good idea though, Quantum Priest. I probably should. And I think that a lot of colorists do have that, and I'd imagine it would probably save me time if I did as well. I just haven't felt like I got it yet. But I'm new to digital coloring. I've only been doing it for about a year. You're a class driver? Nice. I've only been doing digital colors for about a year, and as such, I don't feel that I've really achieved yet, and I'm really grateful that the companies I work for are still like you know, letting me color my own work. But yeah, I don't really feel confident enough in my color choices yet. But I probably should start doing that just to literally save tons of time in changing my mind 80 times before I pick a skin tone. Oh, good for you. Don't look at it. This is actually easier as far as reading your comments, because I have my Photoshop up, and then I have it moved over just enough for me to see everyone's comments on Twitch. So I'm not seeing my Twitch screen. I've just got the chat bar right next to my Photoshop. So all I have to do is just look over, and it's so much easier to like art and Twitch on the computer than it is to do that on paper. So yeah, I like this. And next week, once I'm done with this piece, I'm going to be doing digital colors on, well, no, first I need to lay it out and get that approved. I need to sketch it, get that approved. I need to draw it and get it approved. And then I will be coloring a Lady Death Hell Witch cover. And I'm really excited about that one. I think I had told you guys before that my deadline was August 1st. But when I got the final assignment, the deadline had been changed to August 15th. So woot, I have more time, which is awesome. But mostly I kind of used up the extra time I had because of a lot of travel and then finishing this piece. So it's a win-win. Oh, it's true. That's a good idea, Scott. I wonder if JP Roth will do that and put it on the pearl paper. Though, you know, I'm on the fence about fully colored pieces going on pearl paper. And I'm still trying to determine how it looks. Like, I printed some of the Magoo watercolor ones on pearl paper. And pearl paper is really expensive. But then once we got it, Dan and I are unsure as to whether it's worthy as a pearl print when you don't see the raw paper. Because the shine, I'm not sure if it comes through as good when it's covered with ink. Because then the pearl paper, the fibers that make it glow from the inside and all of that stuff are covered by ink. So it's a little bit of a tricky one. The digital nib is very different than the Copic nib. This is a just a little plastic thing. I think I can, yeah, you can just bite it off. It's a little plastic, think a really chubby lead, piece of plastic lead. And that's what it comes with. They have other ones that are like felt ones and stuff. I think there's even some that have like springs on them. So look, inside the like little pencil stand, there's a bunch of other nibs, and there's some that like have a little spring on them, and there's other ones that feel kind of more like a felt marker. But I've always just used their basic plain one. So that's what I always stick to. Yeah, it's a real tough one, Scott, when it comes to those. And I have a feeling I may have printed the Magoo pearls in vain because I don't know. Yes, you can still kind of see the pearlescent paper, but not that good. So I kind of feel my whole hype about the pearl paper is kind of shot in the foot by it being covered in ink for the Magoo pearls. But I could be wrong. All right, so I'm getting a little bit more of that light to catch right here on her cheekbone. Because really what really has to happen here, of course everything needs to be done well, but they need to look pretty. At the end of the day, it's the face that matters the most. So I really want to make sure that I get these faces right, that the emotion in them is correct, that all of those things are gotten properly, because that is what really, really makes all the difference in the world as far as, you know, two main characters on a cover. They need to look beautiful, and they need to look the way that they need to look in the emotion that we're trying to set for the characters. And it's so crazy how you can have something inked and it's proper, the emotion is there, and then you go to color it and it's so easy to ruin that. I mean, in every stage, it's so easy to ruin what you were going for. But I think in colors, I find that it's very hard to keep some of that sometimes, because at the end of the day, line art is just flat and the outline, and really all the form and what makes them look human completely is the color. Your brain fills in the blanks when you're looking at line art. When you're looking at color, it's being done for you, so you sure as shit better do it right. Digital color versus variant prints for the pearls. Oh, interesting. Oh, thank you, Lino. That is so sweet. All right, so I promise you guys I will try very hard not to crazy obsess over her face. And if I'm getting boring for you, just yell at me and I can move on to something else, because I do obsess over the faces. Just saving. All right, see you, Juan. It surprises me that I don't have color variants for my prints. What do you mean color variants? Like digitally colored ones for traditionally colored ones? Oh, color changes. Well, I will soon, because the Magoo series with the koi fish, those ones, there's multiple color changes that I did for Rothic. So yeah, there's lots of them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put them all up, and you know, because I was gonna do a poll to like see, okay, who wants the pink fish version and who wants the blue fish version. And then I realized, oh, whatever. We'll just put them up and people can choose from a drop down which ones they'd like. And I think that'll work really well. At least I hope it will. thank you for hosting me, Louie. Megu's palette is gorgeous as is. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna leave that for a little while and carry on with the legs and the rest of the skin. Lino, you know what? I generally scan at 600 DPI. And it's a habit I formed when Nia Rufino was coloring my work. She insisted on 600 DPI. So now it's a habit. And 400, in my opinion, is the ideal. It's just a little higher than print quality, and then that makes it so that your pictures, you can blow them up to make a banner, for instance, or they're big enough and high enough quality that you have a lot of options. However, my scanner only scans at 100, 300, or 600 DPI. So I always scan at 600, and then I forget to downsize it, and my computer chugs like crazy when I'm coloring. So it's something I need to do a little better at remembering to change it to 400 DPI. Oh, that's awesome, Scott. I'm not entirely sure who that is, but thank you. And sometimes, in my opinion, I think it's really good to zoom all the way out so you can actually see what your piece is looking like. Because sometimes, if you're working way too zoomed in, and then, you know, the piece is printed this big, but if you're coloring it like this or even bigger because it's way blown up, once it shrinks down, some things will start looking awkward and odd. So that's why I think it's great to zoom in when you need to, but then spend a good portion of your time working at kind of the size that you are going to see it printed in. So now there's things about her face that I'm seeing that I didn't notice when it was way up close like that. Yeah, kind of the voice of experience for sure, because I've done it where I've spent way too long working on a detail that literally you couldn't even see when it was printed. Then I'm like, damn it. I think what's happening with this side and why her face is bothering me so much is I really just need to put in her lips. And I think all the weird things that are bugging me are probably going to get somewhat resolved. So I'm going to do that right now. And I strictly only color the lips on a separate layer, and I don't use flats for the lips because I draw them in myself, and I feel that I have a little bit more of an understanding of exactly what I was trying to go for in the shape of the lip. So let's go ahead and put that in. She is from ancient times, which means that her lips would really be pretty natural, I think. And if I'm wrong on this, of course, when I send it to JP Roth, she'll let me know. And then it's a really easy change because the lips are on their own layer. Okay, so I'm just gonna name that lips. And I'm gonna erase some of the shading I left in there because now it's a little bit of a problem for me and it's in my way. So this is pencil shading I had done on the original, which I think looked really nice on the original, but for the purpose of the actual digital colors, it's getting in my way. So it is a handy situation that I did draw this myself so I can feel comfortable messing with it like I am. Because if you're coloring someone else's work, you don't want to start messing with their line work and start changing things that they didn't want you to change and stuff like that. So for me, it's rather handy that I did my own, I'm coloring my own work. Whoops, wrong layer. Yes, I do Quantum Priest for sure. I should do it more often than I do. I am sure of that. But yes, I do flip it mostly when I'm drawing it. Not a ton when I'm coloring it, but I probably should. Whoa, what did I do? Oh, I've done that too so many times. And what will happen a lot is like, it's happened with Lady Death covers a fair few times where the main version will be the way that you intended it to be, but then for the alternate patch, they'll flip it just to make it so that they're like more different and stuff like that, or there's more differences in the two versions. And then I'll look at it and be like, shit, I should have fixed that and the other thing, and like, oh my god. all my mistakes are coming to haunt me, but I think most other people won't notice it. It looks like that's how you intended for it to be. It's just now I know I need to be a lot more careful and make sure that everything is right with Lady Death covers, because they do sometimes flip the images. And yeah, I totally hear you on that one. Okay, I just changed the color of her lips a little bit. No, he's awesome. And that is completely something that he can do. It just keeps me on my toes. I didn't know that that was something that might happen, and now I remember to check the image. So like on the last Lady Death cover that I was coloring, I flipped it and worked on it backwards more than 50% of the time just to make sure I was prepared. Keeps me on my toes. Oh, hey, the frying pan. How are you? Oh, Thank you so much. So now I'm just picking colors from around on my the rest of the image and just stealing different hues, which helps to make everything come together and actually look like one piece. Or definitely the fact that this is the same girl, her hair, I mean her skin needs to be the same tone. No, this is the first time I'm doing a digital stream because I'm a chicken and I don't feel very comfortable yet with my digital colors, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time trying things and reworking things. I have done enough digital coloring. It's just not something I'm as comfortable with as, say, Copic markers or drawing on paper. So it's a new one for me. You've only been lurking on Twitch for about a month. You now live on creative. That's awesome. Yeah, no, you are completely right, the frying pan. This is my very first Twitch stream with digital colors. My husband could have set my computer up to do Twitch streaming of my actual computer ages ago, or at least right when I started, but I didn't wanna because I'm, as I said, a chicken, and it's still something I don't feel very comfortable with. So right here, she would actually have quite a bit of shadow because her hair is casting a shadow over her chin, and then we would start seeing the light there. And not every little nook and cranny that could possibly have a speck of light in the center in between some of her hair strands or something is gonna have light just because it could, because then it's just visual overload, I think. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah, Polito is amazing. I really love him and his wife Francisca. They are such good people. And he gave me permission to do the cover that I'm working on for him next week on Twitch. So that is really awesome of him. And I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be super badass. So the way that I'm going to work it is that I will do the layouts and kind of my thinking portion, which I really need to think when it's layout time because that sets what the cover is. So some pieces I've done the layouts on live streaming. With this one, my commitment to the publisher is that I'm going to submit the layouts once the layout, so that's like the varying poses. And once the layout is approved, then after that, everything will be on Twitch. Or, you know, when I Twitch, I'll definitely bring you guys along for the Lady Death fun. Please put date and times for what? Symbiote, what do you mean with please put dates and times? Oh, thank you, Philip. Oh, that is awesome, the frying pan. Congratulations. Oh, for the next stream. Okay, I will. It'll definitely be on Thursday. It's just if you are on Instagram, Symbiote? Because I do give 30 minutes to an hour warning before I go live on Twitch, just because right now it's summer break and I don't quite have my schedule completely worked out. And every week is a little bit different, but generally my streaming is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday. Okay, well, if you follow me there too, which thank you very much, I will let you know there, and then it also shoots to Facebook. So I do try to give lots of advance warning, or as much as I can. And I promise, guys, I am going to be working on having an actual set schedule that I will stick to as much as I possibly can. My pleasure. Thank you for your interest in the next project. And sometimes there's a sneaky ninja stream. That is true. I've done that like once or twice, haven't I, Mike? Or have I done it more than that? So I have been watching, at dinner time our family watches a show together. So we've gone through lots of different TV shows. And right now we're watching Zumbo's Just Desserts on Netflix. And my daughter and I, to be perfectly honest, we had already watched it, and so we're rewatching it with the boys. And I think everybody's really enjoying it, except for Lyndon, who likes nothing unless it's like a cartoon or right up his alley, which is a very specific one. So on Lyndon's night to choose, he usually chooses some cartoon. But for the rest of us, we're watching Zumbo's Just Desserts, and it is so fun and so stressful. And honestly, every time it's so hard for me not to think that what would I do if this was an art challenge and I had to like draw a cover in 3 hours, and I know for a fact that there are artists that could totally do that and not break a sweat. I would definitely be a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, kind of a lot more than just a little nervous. I'd be pretty scared shitless, but yeah, the Zumbo's Just Desserts is really fun. Why is this like bright freaking orange? Ugh, I just did all this work on the lips layer. Oh well. I'm gonna have to just merge those. Merge layers. You have pencil sketches. The best method, you need to scan it and then I guess just find a local printer. If there's one that you like. Juan Solo is back. Yeah, there was only one Sneaky Ninja stream. You're right, Mike. I think. I could be wrong, though. Anyway, Zumbo's Just Desserts is really fun. The only problem is we always want a dessert by the time we're done watching. And it's, you know, desserts are fine, but not every day. And I want one every day now. Oh, hey! Nice to see you, Eric. You know what? I think that this part of her cheek would be catching more light as well. And it would almost start to go darker. Gosh, okay, so it's on the side of her, which means it's slightly in front of her. No, maybe that's right, actually. I'm just thinking out loud a little bit on the lighting source and where exactly it would be. And then there are the late night ones, that's right. I don't think so, Quanta Priest, but you'd have to see if they can do that. It just really depends on where you are and stuff. Hello, Steve. Yeah, this is the first time I'm doing a digital coloring live on Twitch. I have done one other digital color like 6 months ago and then realized I didn't feel confident enough yet to carry on with digital colors, which I still don't. To do this live, but whatever. Just eat the bullet. Yes, I remember your name. Woo! I know Photoshop well. It's just I kind of didn't do digital coloring for a few years, like 15 years. I kind of didn't. But I've been working in Photoshop that whole time. It's just I did other stuff. So kind of this is going to sound weird, but okay, my progression as an artist has gone 7 years forward, and my progression as a colorist, in my opinion, is still 10 years ago. So I need to kind of catch up to my pencil skills because I've been doing penciling for many years now, and I need to catch up with my digital skills. So it's frustrating for me more than anything else that what I want to get done, I'm not in the groove of it yet. So it's not that I don't know how to use Photoshop. I do. It's not that I don't know how to use the layers or the things or any of that. I'm very, very used to Photoshop and I'm very comfortable in Photoshop. It's just my skill in coloring digitally hasn't caught up to where I'm at in penciling, only because of the break in years that I did 0 digital colors. Does that make sense? Like, I don't mean to make that sound that like I am so light years beyond and beyond the galaxy as a penciler. No, I don't mean that at all. I just mean I stopped digitally coloring like over a decade ago. Have fun. Exactly. That is so right, the frying pan. That's exactly where I'm at right now, and it's frustrating AF. But, you know, there's only one way to get through this, is to just one step in front of the other. That's right. Time is only the real teacher. Yeah, I just saw a comment from Nick, or yeah, saying that it was 104 and he hadn't been informed yet that I was on Twitch. Yeah, I failed. I was a little bit late. Thank you, the frying pan. You are awesome. I appreciate the support so much. All right, so I think that that's where the light source should be hitting her on her face. Kind of right down this center portion, because their hands are not directly behind their butts. Their hands right here that are kind of the spot where the light is emanating from are to their sides, meaning that it would be a little bit like this lightning bolt right here would kind of be right here as compared to them. So actually that is really good for me to keep in mind, because it is, I'd say, about 5 inches distance from the side of their faces, meaning that the light would be hitting them in a slightly different spot than directly behind their heads. And I hadn't thought of that, so it's a good thing that that came to mind. Okay. So that means the light would be hitting her right about right there, and the light would be hitting her right here. Okay, I kind of got my bearings a little bit better now. I think I get what I'm trying to do. Probably not, Quantum Priest. My schedule for this year has been pretty much worked out and set. The only show that I haven't been completely, I haven't heard back from is Tucson Comic Con, which I literally just applied to yesterday because I've been dragging my feet. And aside from that one, which is still the possible maybe, my schedule for this year is set. I've kind of gone to as many as I can. But maybe in a year or two, I'll go back to Dallas. I skip a year in for shows. So I did Dallas already this year, so I probably won't go back until 2020 for Dallas. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. No. Did I meet you there this year? Because I was in Dallas earlier this year. And I'm sorry if I know you, and then if we've met and I'm just not remembering your actual name, I really apologize. I don't know, Louie. That's really up to Yancey and what their plans are for 2019. Right? No, today it is my orange spice tea. See, and I'm loving it. Hello, Tom. How are you? I signed up for Tucson yesterday. Well, I wrote them and asked if they had any more guest spots available. So we'll see what they say, but I did write them. Oh, okay. I totally get that. I think I remember you from Facebook. Yes. And you know what? I totally get it though. I mean, it happens to me where it's like I will make a commitment in my mind and be like, okay, I'm going to go meet this person, and this person at the show. And then you don't necessarily get to do everything that you wanted to. Shows are so full. I totally understand. And there will always be a next time. All right, saving. I don't necessarily want them to look super greasy, but then at the same time, there is that bright light source right there. So it's kind of one of those things that I'm going to have to work with a little bit. You just earned some major points with your better half. That's awesome, Scott. Yeah, I totally get that, Steve. That's the smart way to do it. All right, I am going to cover this leg because honestly, it's kind of bugging me that it's this color. Oh, never mind. Actually, no. I can't focus on that right now, or what's going to happen is I'm going to lose my selection here. Boy, this side of her face, like this whole portion is giving me such trouble. I feel like she looks like she's got a bee sting on her cheek every time. Hello, yes, Tom. I am digitally coloring this time. Whoop, whoop. This is a new one for me. I have been avoiding it for a long time, but I really need to get this cover colored, so I didn't have time to switch to something else. Oh, hello, Hans. Yep, today is a digital coloring kind of day. Hello, Hans. Well, no, I drew and inked this traditionally. So all I'm doing is digitally coloring it here. Oh, that is cool, Juan Solo. I'm actually happy with some of the tones and how some of this stuff is working out on their skin. It is awesome. No, I have never been brought a iPad. Probably not. All right, good plan, Lino. I think I just saved it. Let me go back. Yes, I saved it already. All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. Here is Ivy for you guys, and then you can try out some of the new Boop Squad and all the other different ones that are the commands. So I'm going to write down some commands. Guys, this is on a separate layer, so you don't have to worry about it ruining the piece. So here we go. We're going to try... Yeah, there we go. Steve did one. All right, so I don't need to put Boot Squad. Let's try print of the month. So that's POTM. So there's a bunch of ones that are there. Let's try that one. All right, I will be right back, you guys. Okay, I am right back. Yes, I really hope I make it to Tucson, you guys. Oh, hello, Jason. How are you? Thank you so much again for the gift cards. They were amazing. You know, Tom, the iPad is actually kind of hard to draw on. I have an iPad Pro with a pencil as well. And, you know, it's fine. It can be like a little remark or something. But again, they're not... Working on them is different. Like Wacom did really well at making the surface feel kind of real. On the iPad, you are working and essentially drawing on glass, and it really throws everything off. So it's not super easy. Hey, Hulk Drummer. He's super fast with digital art. That's true, Steve. I really hope I can make it to Arizona. I've definitely set aside the time, and if it works out and they say I can come, that would be amazing. All right, so I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to switch to a harder pen now to do some of the sharper shadows. And the reason why I'm doing them on another layer is so that I can continue to change tone and smoothness on the skin itself, but the shadows I can have separate and protected. But they're going to help me with where everything is at. So I am going to choose a slightly more desaturated color because it's a shadow. It's not going to be quite so bright. or I mean, quite so saturated and brown as her skin is. Oh, thank you, Tom. That's so nice. Oh, thank you, Quantum Priest. That is so nice of you. That is awesome. Juan, oh my God, you are such a winner. You're going to drive all the way from California. I heart you. It would be so great to see you again. Looks like Ariel. Yeah, the red hair, I suppose it kind of does. Right? Oh, I feel the same way about our Jerem Hans. All right, I need to take the opacity up a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm following the lines of what I've already drawn. Oh, thank you so much, Quantum Priest. So to me, having these shadows just instantly shows the distance from the curls to her skin, but then also really is going to make it clear that this bright light in the center is really there. It's shining and it's right in front of them. Wow. That is awesome. But you know, I'm sure his 11 by 17 commissions are just boss as hell. Oh, yeah. Oh, see you later, Levi. Thank you, Hans. All right, I'm just saving where I'm at right now. Yes, I am very detailed. I'm sure I don't need to go this far, but it kind of matters to me that it's done well. Did I know? No, I didn't know that Dan changed it. Did he? Aw, I'll need to see what it is. I am a space pirate. You know my name. Asteroid mining is a dangerous game. Oh, that is great. Yes, my system has 100% crashed and I have lost my work, definitely. That has happened more times than I care to think about. Computer systems never crash. Oh, that would be funny, Juan Solo. The blue dots, they're just pearls or something in her hair, maybe sparkles. They won't stay blue. That's just how it was flatted and sent to me. The blue screen of death. I have definitely had that blue screen of death. And if it happens here, I apologize in advance. Oh, see you later. All right, so I've just darkened it a little bit to get some of these much darker shadows for areas that are really not facing the light at all. Oh, see you later, Louie. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by for as long as you could, hun. That did not look good. My Cintiq is a 22-inch, which I know is very large, but it is awesome. Okay. All right, so the shadows are put in, and I'm gonna name this layer so that I don't accidentally start working on it for any other things. Oh, you're so awesome, Tom. Thank you. Okay, yes, this is shadows. So I'm going to zoom in and show you guys the difference it makes with the shadow cuts. I guess look at their faces, for instance, and I'm going to turn off the layer and then turn it back on. Off, on. So it's given a little bit of depth from the hair and other elements that are blocking the light. And Intuos Pro. I don't know what that is. I'm going to look that up really quick. Intuos Pro. Oh, okay. That's an you know what? I bet you also, Hans, you can find Intuoses on Kijiji really easily too. Lots of people are getting rid of them or have, you know, upgraded or changed what they're doing or have found that they never use it. So I think if you wanted to, you can always look there. Hey, Kara! Hello, hello! No, thank you, love. Yay! Kara's here. Oh, see you later, Eric. Have a good stream. So the really nice thing is that now, because the shadows are on their own layer, I can still do stuff like give this area a nice big highlight pop without worrying that I'm gonna start messing with and ruining all the shadows that I put in. So it's quite fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the frying pan, I'm checking what you said. I don't look close enough earlier, but do you like to paint shadow with multiply layers or just normal layers? I do the shadows with just normal layers. So pretty much everything is on a normal layer unless I'm doing a really brilliant glow. Then I'll do a screen layer or a color dodge layer. And then the line art, though, because it's on white paper, it is on a multiply layer. No one can contain Kara's shenanigans. Oh, and for any of my fellow Canadians, I got approved as a guest for Vancouver Comic Con. Well, Fan Expo Vancouver, which is awesome because I only applied yesterday. Yay! So I'll be in Vancouver for anyone who's in that area. Yeah, Kylie was working super late last night, though, so I have a feeling we're not going to see much of her. Wake her up. All right, is that in the shadows? It is. So I just need to erase one little spot in the shadows layer. And then I have to make sure that I go back to the other layer. It's just, I thought I was trying to fix and color over things that were on a different layer, so. Oh, that's the same weekend as Ace Chicago. Oh, interesting. The Vancouver one is? Oh, bummer. Oh, thank you for hosting me, Jeff Comic. That's funny, Kylie. Yes, I really hope I get into Tucson as well. I think it would be so much fun. So I'm just drawing in her lips on this side. And I do it with a soft edged brush. Not as smooth and soft as what I've been using for their skin, but still it doesn't have a hard edge to it. So I think it gives the lips a little bit more of a natural looking color. Or at least a transition from skin to lip isn't like this super hard line. Or are you gonna get an Amazon Prime account? Are you getting like too many ads, Hans? Boop Squad strong, yes! Aw, that is so nice of you, Hans. I have nothing set up as far as subscribers, only to my email list. At this point, like a week or so after I was on Twitch, I made it to the affiliate program. Yay, I guess. I never have really done anything about it. So right now I'm not really trying to monetize Twitch or anything like that. I mean, maybe in the future if I have thousands of followers and I'm just failing at, and I should be doing it, maybe. But right now you don't need to worry about subscribing to me or anything like that. At least for now. If I feel that it's worth it at any point, I'll let you guys know. But right now, I'm focusing on my email list, and I wrote my weekly email today. Yeah, that's right. You guys are the 1%. So where are Kara and Hans meeting? Oh, Edmonton Expo, yes. Aw, thank you, Hans. That is so nice. Aw. You signed up for the email list? Thank you so much, the frying pan. That is awesome of you. You guys are the elite. All right, now I think it's time to start putting some more shine in Kara's face. But you know what? I really don't want to go too far. Personally, I feel like on faces, less is more. Thank you, the frying pan. Now I just need to get Copic to like give me some kind of deal. Someone said that, I think on my normal page. I can't remember. If it was one of you, I apologize for not remembering exactly who said it. But someone was like, yeah, Copic really needs to like sponsor you for all the ads that you give for them for free. And I'm like, right? I'm such an evangelist for Copic marker. You know what? I don't know if I've seen the Wonder Woman 51. I don't think that they do. I think that's the whole thing. Copic was really nice to me, and they sponsored my first art book, or they sponsored the paper in the end sheets of my first art book. And I think I have it here. Yeah. So the paper in my first art book was sponsored by Copic marker. So it says it right here. Sponsored by Copic and Imagination International. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. Anyway, so it says it right there. And so this paper is perfect for use with markers. And that's my art book. And that was super awesome of them. But as far as actually sponsoring a artist with markers, I don't know if they do that. And honestly, it was so cool of them to do that for me. They will always have my undying respect. All right, so I'm just putting in a little bit of makeup. I don't really know if it's, I don't think it's in this girl's personality to really va-va-voom herself. Midtown Comics. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this. Oh yes, I've seen that one. That one is so freaking epic. I love it. Storm the streets. Yes, give me markers. I think they've just got so many artists that use Copic markers. I think they'd have like a lot of people trying to get in that program. Oh, thank you, Kara. Just making sure I wasn't on my shadow layer, or then my whole plan would be totally ruined. Alright, now I just need to make sure that her nose has enough highlight on it. And I think that it would be kind of hitting the underside of her nose because of where her face is facing. So she's got like an underlit nose. That is a cool idea, Juan. I love that. You are awesome, Kara. Alright, now I want to start coloring their lips. First, I'm going to change this to main colors. And then this one is the lips. Oops. All right. Yeah, it's just, guys, if if t-shirts start getting made with those things that I don't own, like I don't own the copyright to any of that, I can't get those done. But we can come up with something else that can be really, really fun. I promise. We just need to think about it. I don't need to go to Europe. You guys are amazing. True, I do, David. So I'm happy with this face and not happy with that face. Weird. It seems like we are all going to Europe, Juan. That's the crazy plan of the day. All right, so I'm gonna just hike up the layer of this one a little bit, because even though the color isn't gonna be that bright white all the way through, it's gonna be, it's gotta be something really bright like that. So the hair has to be almost white. The jacket, everything needs to almost be white where it's touching, and then go darker as it goes further away. Oh, excuse me. Yawning. So now the plan is you guys are all going to Europe? You're hilarious. Would I ever do t-shirts? Yeah, I've thought about it. And it would just be a matter of, you know, coming up with the right plan and all of that. But yeah, t-shirts would be so much fun. All right, so her knuckles are facing the light source, so I'm gonna make them pretty bright. Oh, whoops, it's on the wrong layer, classic. I know, I need to switch to coffee. Stick art shirts is a great idea. As soon as I get back from picking up Lyndon, I am 100% having some coffee. I'm back on getting up on time, which is at 5:15 in the morning, and trying to work out. And oh my god, it's really difficult, you guys. As long as it isn't Dan's Dr. Manhattan. Yes, plus, again, copyrighted character. Yeah, it's early and I'm trying to go to bed early, but kind of failing a little bit. Um, so yeah, right now I'm like, it's hitting me. I'm starting to be like, oh, I'm tired. Need to go to bed. Dan's Waffle Man. You guys are great. So I guess we'll need to come up with something. Oh no, Mike, are you not sleeping again? So I'm just going around now and kind of refining where everything is, because some things are in shadow and then others need more pops of highlight to stand out. I don't know if all that shadow is needed on her arms, so I'm probably going to erase some. You can't get to sleep before 1. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm going to yawn again. Excuse me. It's hitting me. Alright, so I'm going to erase some of the shadows that I put on her arm in the background because I'm not entirely sure that I was right to make it that dark. I don't know. I think that might be enough. Oh no, I'm sorry, Mike. Okay, see you later, Jeff Comic. Mwah. Talk to you later. Thank you for hosting me for a little while. Yeah, right? Sleep does sound good right now. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, I thank you, James. Oh, interesting. Well, I love Silvestri's work. So thank you. Definitely wasn't my intention, but that is awesome. Alright, I am gonna stick on the shadows here for a second because there's a few other spots I noticed I didn't finish. And I've gone to a harder brush. You only get 4 hours? Oh my god. Are you okay, Juan? Alright, I need to get the right color here. For starters, I've been going too dark. And take the opacity down. I'll see you later, Jason. You've gotten used to it? Wow. That is very impressive. That's about your norm? Wow. You guys are all very badass. Wow, it's true. I mean, you'll get a lot more done, that's for sure. But, you know, after a little while, it can kind of wear on you, I think, to be tired all the time. I guess the main thing is to just get to bed at the right time. So at least in those few hours that you have, it's quality sleep, I guess. You guys, that is hardcore. Well, then I hope that kind of age perk gets me too. So I need more hours to get more done, big time. Okay, I think I've done enough on the skin for right now, and I have 10 minutes left before I need to go pick up my boo-boo Stink, which is Lyndon. I have like a million little names for him. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just start putting in some of the tone for the gold, which is really fun. So I'm going to go back to my main flats layer, and I'm just going to start selecting out all the gold. Actually, I don't want to select that one right now. No. So all the beads are supposed to be gold as well, but those I really don't need to, I don't really need to color them right now. As long as there's a base tone on them, I'm just gonna go in at the end, and on a screen layer, I'm gonna start putting some pops of like brilliant color dodge yellow. And it'll make them look like they're glowing and sparkling gold. So I don't actually even have to put all that much work into them. Yay. Oh, wow, Juan, you are amazing. That is intense. So do you actually get enough sleep? Like, do you feel that 4 hours is enough for you? Hey, Kathy, how are you? I'm glad you could make it. I'm only on for 10 more minutes, but you made it for the last 10. Woot! Whoops. No. No, I didn't want that. Okay, something happened. I think her bottoms are bikinis, usually. That was really weird. Okay. Hey, Tanis. Yeah, technical difficulties. I couldn't figure out what I had just done, and I had duplicated the state and created a whole new file, which is super strange. Never done that before. I think I accidentally clicked one of these buttons. No, this one is for JP Roth, for Rothic. David, I'm sorry to answer you a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure because I didn't really work out the back. I would need to probably just check and see how Lady Death's bikinis are usually drawn. I think that they're kind of more like a Brazilian cut, so it's not a G-string, but it isn't like big granny panties. It's kind of the Brazilian bikini look, but I'm not entirely sure what the most common back of Lady Death's outfits are. But I think if there's like a wide range, you can kind of do whatever. You hit your 12 years. Wow. That is so amazing. Yeah, David Fitch is awesome. His art is incredible. Okay, so that I don't want to keep. Yeah, cheekies. Okay, so for starters, I'm just putting in some basic color and shadow for the gold. All right, you guys, in 6 minutes, my alarm is going to ring and tell me it's time to go pick up Lyndon. So he's at a summer camp right now, and I really can't be late. So I guess for right now, I'll just start letting you guys know any little bits of information. I plan to, excuse me, go live on Thursday. If I'm still working on this cover because I'm not doing art tomorrow, I have other business like family business I need to do. I probably will have more digital colors to do on Twitch on Thursday. And then I have my weekly email is going out sometime this evening. Woot! And I've switched from Friday email with my weekly wrap up to Tuesday because I'm usually gone on Fridays for conventions, and it just wasn't really working out for me to get it done then. So I did once where I wrote it on the plane and all of that stuff, but it seems to work better if I do it on a day that I know, even if I'm traveling that week, I'm pretty much always home on Tuesday. So that's when my email is going out, and I'll be keeping in touch with you guys as far as when exactly I'll be doing my Twitch stream on Thursday. Oh yeah, Kara, he's having tons of fun. He right now is in a Junior Jedi Star Wars camp, so he is having the time of his little life. So I think he's a happy boy. Oh, thank you, the frying pan. So I'll keep you all posted. I'll be posting it on Instagram and Facebook when I plan to go live on Thursday and what I'll be working on. Most likely one of the other many versions of this. Yeah, I know. I wish they had that when I was a kid too. But he's very happy. Except he's a little pissed at me right now because he had a Star Wars, some kind of, I can't remember who it was, but anyway, he had a Star Wars Halloween outfit. Then on Fridays they do dress up at his camp. and he's been counting on having his dress up from a couple Halloweens ago, and I threw it out. So I'm in a little bit of trouble right now, and may need to try to find him a Star Wars Halloween outfit by Friday. Exciting. But anyway, yes, I will be looking for that for Lyndon, and keeping in touch with all of you guys. On Thursday, my son, my eldest, turns 16, so that's super exciting. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. All right, so I'm gonna save this now just to be uber safe. Hopefully, I'm gonna look for something. The dark side flows through him. True. Actually, you know what? Maybe he can wear his little jujitsu outfit, because he does kind of look like a Jedi. Thank you, Tanis. I'll figure it out. Try to work something out for my kitty boy. Oh, thank you, Kara. It's pretty crazy that he's turning 16. Honestly, I can't even believe it. Oh, Eric is back. Hello, Eric. Yeah, Party City would work for sure. There isn't one very close, so I'm gonna have to actually go somewhere. Well, Ken, I wasn't setting up the flats. I was kind of starting at flats and going onward to actual digital colors. And guys, really quick, I have 1 minute, so I want to show you something fun, okay? I'm going to go above the colors, and I do have a screen layer made. And I'm going to show you just real quick how you can do glow. So I have a yellow chosen, and let's put this one on color dodge. And this is how you can kind of do glow. Why isn't it working? This is set to screen, that is set to that. Oh, God! My alarm made me jump. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I totally jumped like an idiot. Anyway, I was trying to show you guys how it does screen, but I don't know why it isn't working. It's super odd. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. I thought it would be fun to show you the glow. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this stream. It was really fun to work on this with all of you. I had an absolute blast, and you guys are amazing. It was Richard? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Look, there we go. I just had my art set to the wrong, my brush. There we go. See, so it shines really nice. Let's just get it a little bit more, put some more pops of color. That's how you get some nice glows on the gold. Anyway, I won't keep that layer, but it was great to hang out with all of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you on Thursday. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook so that you get notifications of when I'm going live on stream, and I'll see you later. Love you guys a ton. Thanks for hanging out with me on my first time doing digital on Twitch. So hopefully I will get better at this and do more of it. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. And I just have to now go to this to stop streaming. All right, see you later.